So I'm camping this week. I'm in my camper. I've got different audio equipment, so forgive the audio if it's not that great. Anyway, I can't have a campfire where I'm camping. So I want to show how I could make a campfire scene, and I'm going to have ChatGPT kind of help me ideate what that scene is. So imagine you were brainstorming with a person, um, but in this case, instead of a person, it's AI. So let's get started. I want to have it help me make a mood board for a cozy campfire scene. The mood is classic Americana, nostalgic, peaceful, and warm. Include a color palette, textures, visual references, and keywords. So let's see what happens here. Absolutely. Here's detailed mood board. Cozy campfire scene, classic Americana. So color palette, crimson red, burnt orange, golden amber, deep navy, olive green, warm beige, charcoal gray. Textures, cool, cool. Visual references. Now notice it's not giving me pictures here. These are just a description of what pictures could be. Um, Starry Night, Peeking Through the Pines, I kind of like that. Keywords and phrases, Americana, Fireside Nostalgia. So this is kind of like if you've ever seen those word clouds, this is kind of giving you some ideas of phrases and things that might help. Would you like me to generate images for mood board with these tones and textures? I can do 6 to 8 visual representations, pull everything together. Um, Actually, give me the palette. Let's see what it does here. It should just give you the palette. Um, cool, hex code and a description. Show me a swatch for each color in addition to the hex code, please. So I'm doing a little bit of math here. Python, or not math, but some code. Just thinking about it. I'm using ChatGPT 4, by the way. So there's flannel red, campfire ember, golden toast, midnight denim, pine grove, wool cream, and ash gray. Nice. Um, let's see. Create an image. Now I'm going to have it actually make an image. Create an image. Let's say widescreen. Widescreen. Widescreen image of a cozy campfire near a lake um, in the Pacific Northwest. Heavy moonlight through the Douglas pines. Let's see what else. Soft, warm glow from the fire. Uh, Several friends are gathered around the fire and having fun. All right, widescreen. Let's say photoreal image. Let's see what this does. I also misspelled around. All right, let's see what we get here. So it's going to think about it. It's getting started. So I'm picturing. Oh, I didn't say by a lake. Oh, I did say by a lake. Um, yeah, near a lake in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm envisioning pine trees, a moon, maybe some moonlight glistening off the lake itself. Let's see what we get here. Everybody's got hats on. They're very cold, it looks like, but they are warmed up by the fire. Make it the summertime. Let's see. No hats. Um, let's see more of the lake. See what that looks like. So it's contextual and it's conversational. So it knows that it's supposed to be editing the picture. So I don't have to tell it to make a picture or anything. It knows what I'm talking about, which is cool. So now, hopefully, they've all lost their knit hats, and there's a little more of a lake view here. Thinking about it, getting started. And then let's see if we can add some text and maybe a little twist on it here. It's creating an image. There's the pine trees. There's the moon. Hopefully their clothing is a little bit not as heavy this time because it's summer. It's supposed to be summertime now. It's getting there. It kind of reminds me of like JPEGs in the 90s on the internet where they would draw from the top down. They would be blurry like that at the bottom. There'd just be nothing. And you'd see the JPEG slowly come into focus. It's cool. Or they ditched a couple of friends, it looks like. There's fewer people this time. That's cool. Yeah, it looks it's nice. Let's give it a little bit of a twist here. Let's put a welcome to Camp Crystal Lake sign in the background. Maybe you all know where I'm going with this now. But let's see. So it should know to make this like a sign that would be at an actual camp and not just the words "Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake." But we'll see. Right about now is when you start to hear the thinking about it. I wonder if that's going to flag anything because Camp Crystal Lake is a known place. Maybe not. Looks like it's making it. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake. There it is. This should end up well for them. All right. Let's have the guy on the right holding a hockey mask that he found make the others look very concerned. I'm kind of getting away from the initial setup of this video now, but it's kind of fun. So hopefully this changes the mood completely. Um, so I'm picturing the guy holding the hockey mask, looking maybe confused, and everybody else looking concerned that he's found a hockey mask. The hockey mask, of course, came about in not Friday the 13th Part 1 or 2, but 3, which was Friday the 13th 3D. Jason Voorhees took the mask from a kid that was at the camp, and he's been wearing it ever since. So just remember that it took Jason Voorhees 3 films to get that down pat. So there's always chance for bettering yourself. If Jason could do it, so can you. All right, let's see. Here's the, of course, Camp Crystal Lake is not in the Pacific Northwest. It's in New York State, but we're taking some artistic liberties here. All right, that explains where the other friend went too, by the way. The guy that's missing. Oh, he looks concerned. All the smiles are gone. I want to see the hockey mask. Oh, that is the hockey mask too. Yeah, I'd be getting in the car and going home then at that point. They look very he looks very beside himself. Yeah, they're regretting coming on this trip. He's not too sure what he's found, but somebody somewhere is missing a mask. So cool. Anyway, uh, we started with a color palette and some ideas for stuff here. Autumn camping, cozy flannel, crackling wood, all that stuff was in the video. They got the s'mores in the initial picture as well, which was cool. Yeah, this is the guy that bought the farm. And actually, there's three girls here. There's only two in the ultimate image. But anyway, yeah, you can see kind of how you can quickly iterate on stuff. I don't know what's going on here with this thing coming out of her hat. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good time for throwing some ideas around quickly. Um, let's see. Let's see. Let's do one more thing here. Turn this into a poster you might find in a magazine, complete with quad fold marks. You know the posters that fold and fold again in the poster. Um, let's see. Add the Fangoria logo. I don't know if it'll do that actually. To the poster somewhere and show me a POV of this hanging on a dorm room wall. All right, that's a tall order. So take the picture, turn it into a poster you might find in a magazine with quad fold marks, add the Fangoria logo uh, to the poster somewhere. I don't know if it'll do that part. It might kill it. And then show it to me as a POV of this hanging on a dorm room wall. So let's see what it does here. Just trying to do it. That's impressive. Thinking about it. Just thinking about it. Creating the image may take a moment. Oh, it added the Friday the 13th to the top. That's cool. Now, I didn't tell it was Friday the 13th. It knew that from the context, which is cool. And there's the Fangoria logo. That's cool. There's a big poster. Several folds went into this poster. Looks like it's next to a shelf or something. Cool. Now, what's awesome is that it had to remake this poster. This the same picture scaled down. Like it rebuilt this based on what it had before. Um, that's a very clean dorm room. Make the dorm room super messy and have some other horror related uh, items scattered around the room. All right, let's see what it does with that. I don't know if it'll actually. Well, it might do it. You start to kind of push the edges of copyright stuff. Like it won't necessarily make actual things from movies and stuff sometimes. My dorm room in college was very messy. That it looked nothing like that picture. So that's what I'm going by in my mind. All right. Now I'm not editing this, so the speeds that you're seeing are the speeds that I'm getting with this generation of imagery. A lot of times you'll see a video and they put the prompt in and the picture's there, but I want to give you an accurate representation of how long this takes, which it doesn't take very long for what you get out of it. So it's pretty quick. Okay, let's see what it considers a messy dorm room. Right? Isn't that what I said? Messy. Make a dorm room super messy. Okay. Looks like there's schmutz on the wall there too. So already it's pretty messy. At least the poster's hung up straight. And there's the scream mask, and looks like maybe the guy. Well, I don't know who the person was supposed to be. And then there's soft drink stuff. That's like a college dorm room. There's stuff everywhere. Very cool. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much it. That's basically what I want to show is how fast it is to iterate and get some ideas and kind of throw some things together. So we went from the initial cozy campfire with color palette to horror movies pretty quickly. Um, you don't have to do the visual side of it. If you wanted to just grab a color palette or you're just trying to throw some ideas around, there's a big swatch of people that are not fans of AI art, which I totally understand. Um, to me, it's a tool like any other tool, but I get it. But you could go this far and just get a color palette, which is cool. Um, yeah. So anyway, I just want to show how that works and maybe give you some ideas for your own work. And I'm anxious to see what you make.